It's me, Sandwich, from the Ranting Raving Podcast. What's going on, everybody? This is a kind of a sad video. It's a send-off for Radio Haver, a legendary but yet short-lived independent online radio station for independent music artists, independent podcasters, created and started by none other than the godfather of online radio, Drew Carson. He put endless hours into work on this station, man, and really filled it out, and for some reason gave us a pretty good slot on there, and we really saw some great numbers. So thank you for everybody who listened to us on Radio Haver, for real. You know, it gave us a big boost. You know, it was really something to see that you know, we were once told we had a really a garbage program, and it's pretty evident that we do not. So thank you to everybody on Radio Haver who listened to us and supported us and continue to support us. It was really a great online radio station. There's not many out there that's for the independent and the unsigned. You know, musicians and actors and podcasts and all that kind of stuff can be part of these multimedia conglomerates and really wash out all the other talent that's out there. And, you know, Drew very directly started this thing with an aim that it would be for the independent artist, you know, by the independent artist, and it really ended up taking off pretty well. You know, unfortunately, a lot of times corporate greed can really get in the way of something spectacular, and that's what happened here. You know, corporate greed got in the way of something that was really on its way to being something spectacular. You know, for the short time it ran, I think it ran for about 2 years. It was really incredible how Drew was able to fill out the schedule and get all these great shows combined together to come and you know, give everybody something cool to listen to, something that wasn't sponsored by money, something that wasn't run on greed, something that was run specifically for the idea and the dream and the passion of doing whatever it is you do. For us at Ranting Raving Podcast, it was, you know, making jokes about movies and sports and just being kind of ridiculous about what we say, but yet backing it up with knowledge. There was a lot of independent music on there that was very legit, and is their way of reaching out and getting to touch people who would not listen to them normally or not have an avenue to even hear them. It was really a great service, and it's really disappointing that you know, corporations just, you know, under the heel of the boot, man. So I, on behalf of myself and Chris, my co-host, we would just like to thank everyone who listened to us on Radio Haver, and warm thank yous to Drew Carson, who was adamant that we belong in the station and gave us a great time slot and gave everybody a chance. You know, this radio station had a chance, and for a while there it was really something special. And it's unfortunate that it, you know, no longer exists, but let this video and the other videos you see be a reminder of what a great station it was, and what a great man Drew Carson is for dedicating all the time and energy and everything into making this station not just a dream, but a reality. You know, helping out the independent artist. Again, not based on money, not based on fame or fortune, based on the passion and the dream for doing something like this that hasn't really been around before. So thank you to Drew, thank you to everyone who listened to us. And just stay well, everybody.
Well, Drew, end of era, pal. It was an absolute pleasure for me to bring the Third Class Ticket Radio Show to Radio Haver. Right back for the beginning, when I sent you that wee private message. So you've got a radio station, pal. You have been a huge supporter of my show, and I hopefully in return have been a huge supporter of Radio Haver. I'm absolutely gutted that the way things have went, mate, for you. I know you've worked so hard to get it so good in such a short time, to kind of basically get the legs taken away from you. they end up. So all the best to yourself. I hope you're well, and I hope whatever future venture is as successful as Radio Haver. And if you do have another venture, please keep in touch, pal. All the best, mate. You're a star.
Hi, my name's Margaret Ashley. I'm an actress and a voice actor. My involvement with Haver radio station was when Drew asked me if I would take part in a radio drama he was producing. It was called Port Christmas, and he cast me as a Victorian gossip, a part I was perfectly suited for. And he did a sterling job putting the whole thing together and putting it on the radio for you so you could have a great listen at Christmas. I'm so sorry that Haver's closing, but well done to everybody involved. Good luck.
Hello, Haverites, Haverists, Haver listeners, Haverites, Haverites, Haver States, kind of thing. Aye. Right. Really sad to hear about the end of Radio Haver. Played a lot of country gigs, Scotland family members in its short time. Even had their only Christmas #1 / Acala Harris. Gonna miss you guys. Sad day.
Hi, it's Glenn Moyer from Under the Tartan Sky in my studio here in Louisiana, USA. It's time to raise a glass to Radio Haver to say thank you for bringing my show to an entirely new audience there in Scotland. More importantly, I appreciate what you did to showcase such a wide variety of great Scottish talent and content. Slàinte.
Hi, this is Dom from the General Failure Podcast, bidding a fond farewell to Radio Haver. When I was first approached to be part of the Radio Haver family as one of its original shows, I was excited to see a place where independent artists, musicians, voice actors, drama writers, and podcasters can come together and have their shows heard in the way that they were meant to be heard. Radio Haver sort of became a community or a family where you could go to have constructive criticism or feedback on your shows so you can know what you need to do to strive for greatness. That's something I'm really going to miss with Radio Haver. I'm proud to have been part of the Radio Haver family all the way from its inception until the last day of airing, and I wish everyone involved in the project nothing but a bright and successful future.
Hi, this is Chris Martinez from Boat Fight.
And Eric, also from Boat Fight.
We've had the great fortune to be part of Radio Haver from the launch, pretty much. It's been really cool to be exposed to a whole new group of people with our stupid, insane little chaos of a podcast we do.
Yep, that is fair. It is stupid and insane.
Mm-hmm. So on behalf of Boat Fight and Monkey Movie Mondays, I would like to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I've heard this morning. It sucks. That was a nice uplifting moment for me, the comedy champ.
Well, Eric's always going to bring it down. We're going to edit that out.
Nah, it's good. Leave it.
I've been Chris. Thank you very much, Drew. We love you.
Thanks, Drew.
Radio Haver, on behalf of me and myself, Mrs. Couchfire, thank you so much.
And I'm here too. Snaps. Thank you.
That's right, honey. Flo says goodbye.
Yeah, not our cheeseburgers. Goodbye. Hey, Nielsen.
Yeah.
We gotta go back in time and save Radio Haver.
Oh my God. I think I smell special.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
So it's a very sad day. Either Drew Carson's dead and Radio Haver is sad, or let's see, it was wait. That's right. That's right. Now I remember. Yeah, Radio Haver is dead, and Drew Carson is sad. And Drew, you've been a great bud. I'm so sorry. But you know what? One creative element dies in your life. Another creative element will lay an egg in your ear and grow a new one. So here's to hoping you get a creative egg in your ear. And Love working with you, my friend.
Hey, Haver crew, it's Chris from I Like to Like Things, and my heart is broken. Radio Haver was such a safe place for all of us artists and creators, and Drew was just an amazing, I don't know, what do you call him, boss, chief, leader. It'll be missed. And anyway, whatever Drew does next, we all know it's going to be amazing. We'll all support him. We'll join him. We just want everyone to know that Haver did not go quietly into that good night.
Hey there, this is Chris Green, the Toph, the creator and host of the Gravity Beard podcast. One thing that we do on our show is called This Week Today, which aired on Radio Haver. And I just wanted to pass along a message to my good friend Drew Carson. Drew, I owe you a big thanks. Thank you so much for adding our show This Week Today to Radio Haver. It's incredibly sad that that's not going to continue, but our time on Radio Haver has been really, really great. We got to reach an audience that we otherwise wouldn't have reached. We experienced numbers of listenership that we would have never have dreamed of in our wildest dreams. To be associated with those other podcasts and bands and other creative talents on the station where it was just, fantastic. It's just great to be associated with that. And, Drew, our relationship goes back to the very beginning when I first started podcasting. It probably goes back to sometime in 2016 when our good friend Chris Brayton, I think, introduced us to each other. We appeared on your show. That was huge fun. I think we also knew each other in that very first podcast group on Facebook that I'm not going to mention, that I'm sure you remember. But it's just been, it's been a tremendous thing to know you as a person. I consider you a friend, and we very much appreciate the time we got to experience on Radio Haver. Wish it could continue. Sad that it's not. But I want to wish you, which I'm sure we're going to stay in touch, but I want to wish you and all the other amazingly talented creators on Radio Haver nothing but success in the future, in their future endeavors. So thanks so much, and I'm sure we'll connect down the road.
Hey, it's us, the Slapduck Podcast. You may have heard us on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. in UK time. We just want to say we're absolutely gutted about Radio Haver coming to its end. We had such, our Radio Haver audience was our biggest audience. It was our most loyal audience, and we're so sad that for ourselves, that we've lost that connection with some of our audience, and we just gutted that all these awesome podcasts and musicians that are on Radio Haver have just one less platform. And we wish all the creators and everyone at Radio Haver just all the best, and we know you're all going to do amazing stuff. Do you guys want to words?
Having Radio Haver has been fantastic. Doing what it kind of, before we had Radio Haver, we didn't really have structure. We didn't. Sometimes we'd miss weeks out. Sometimes we wouldn't. It would be really short, or we would go on for way too long. And having this kind of weekly deadline was kind of great for us. It got us to the point where we could realize and pace ourselves out and do an hour's worth of stuff routinely and every week, and kind of keep that up, which is great. It's helped us a lot, and it sucks that it's no more.
I just think that as you said, Luca, having this weekly deadline, it really brought us together quite quickly. It kind of made us a bit more on our toes. What do we want to talk about? I don't know.
We need to have something.
What do you want to
talk
about? Yeah, we need to think about something at least.
It's Sunday. We need to get an episode out for Tuesday. What are we doing?
Should we record 4 in a day? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And by the third one, was this a good idea? Hell no.
What are we talking about again? Cooking?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh god.
Yeah.
But no, it was lovely being given this opportunity, really. Well, thank you guys for allowing us to do this. And if there's, everyone that's part of this, everyone that sees this, that kind of wants to get in touch and kind of stay connected, please do. We're gonna kind of figure out what we're doing on our end, and it'd be great to kind of link up with everyone else and seeing how they're moving, whether they're staying the same, whether they're pivoting, whatever you're doing. It'd be cool to hear from everyone, really.
Yeah, man.
Should have really done my hair before we started recording the video.
Oh, mate,
I'm out of the shower and it's fucking fluffy as hell. Ugh.
You know what? Right. Well, I think, like we were saying, thank you for the opportunity, and we'll see you all on the other side.
Yeah, see you guys.
Absolutely. See you in a bit. Sayonara.
Bye.
How do you do that?
I just do, man. I just.
Hi, my name's Cameron Sorensen. I actually contacted Drew back in 2019 when Radio Haver was actually only just beginning, and it just means the world to me that you've supported me the way you have, and thank you to the listeners also who have been requesting, and just everything. It really makes a difference to an independent artist, and there's nothing we could do without you, so thank you so much for all the support. It really means the world, and I hope that everything goes well with later endeavours.
Hey all you Radio Haver listeners, this is Mike from The Graveyard Shift, the horror podcast that you were listening to on Radio Haver. Sadly, while Radio Haver is gone, The Graveyard Shift persists, so you can look us up where podcasts are found and keep listening. And I just wanted to thank Drew for listening. He didn't just put up our show on Radio Haver, which was great to have a European audience. He was also and is still a listener, and it's just a shame that Radio Haver didn't get to live up to its full potential, but we were getting there. It was a slow, steady improvement. We were working together. We did the Corona fundraiser for the nurses. We were doing it right, and we were getting there. And then, reasons had to happen for the network to shut down. But, we're all grateful to Drew at the Graveyard Shift. Me, Sheldon, Eric, Crystal. We all got to have we were all part of something big, and we are grateful. And whatever Drew comes up with next, you can be damn sure that the Graveyard Shift, or at the very least myself, will be a part of it. So this was great while it lasted, and I'm looking forward to whatever the future holds for Drew and his multimedia endeavors. We will be there. And again, if you don't have Radio Haver anymore, but you want to listen to the Graveyard Shift, just look us up where podcasts are found. Look for this logo. Sheldon isn't there anymore, but pretty much like that. That's what you're going to want to look for. I think this calls them the Tombstone. They're the big giveaway. So we look forward to you listening to us on a more regular basis, and that you can check out the whole archive that you didn't get to hear before we got on the network. Back when me and Sheldon were just a bunch of snot-nosed kids with a podcast, just trying to figure it all out, and me realizing that, just because I can't do any voices or impressions doesn't mean I still can't do skits. Like I can, they're just not going to be great, but they're there. So, thanks for listening, and we hope that whatever comes next, you'll be a part of it too, and we'll be a part of it too. And thanks a lot, Drew. It was really great to have someone believe in us to make us part of their stable, and you did, and we're friggin' grateful. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, I'm Sasha Cavaliers, and I'm a 16-year-old singer-songwriter from Renfrewshire. I just wanted to say a few things about Drew Carson and Radio Haver. So last year I started to record some of my original music. I was doing it in my bedroom, on my phone, on GarageBand, not really thinking that it would come out sounding very good. But after a few tries and a few songs, I finally decided to send them into some local radio stations, with Radio Haver being one of the first to play them. They really championed unsigned artists and gave us a platform to show our music. And last year, I was lucky enough to have my original song, Past Caring, be voted to be Radio Haver's Christmas #1, which, for an unsigned artist, was an honour and an amazing achievement. I just want to say thank you so much to Drew Carson and Radio Haver for believing in and supporting young unsigned artists and I know that you'll go on to do great things in the future. If you want to hear past Kieran or any of my original material, you can go onto my Facebook, which is at Sash Calaris Music, or on SoundCloud. Thank you again so much for all your support.
Here's to you, Radio Haver. Drew motherfucking Carson. What does Radio Haver mean to me? Well, a long time ago, seems about maybe 5-6 years, I was a member of a podcast community on Facebook. Something silly, like maybe it was just called Podcast Community. I met a few pretty cool people. One of those people was Drew Carson. He's a really cool Scottish motherfucker. A cunt, if you will. One of my favorite cunts. He and another buddy of mine, Dave Maresca, started a much better podcast community called Terra Firma Artist Union, of which I was proud and am proud to be a member of. The Scots really know what they're fucking doing. That's all I'm saying. And Terra Firma brought together a lot of people, inspired a lot of things, including Radio Haver. And Radio Haver gave us independent podcast shows, podcasters, independent online personalities, something to believe in. And that was ourselves. The ability to be widely syndicated, and it inspired me personally to grow my show, Strength in Gaming, a fun video game podcast with a couple of friends that started really small. Now we're, closing in on 200 episodes. Been doing it for 7 years. Drew and Radio Haver also inspired my creative side in pushing me to create things like Advanced Band, an audio drama, and then participate in Drew's audio dramas on Radio Haver, Orchid Grove, Dave's stuff too, Tangent City. And we've really created a community, and that means a lot to me. It's been a huge inspiration. This is why I'm in all black here. I'm mourning the death of a great thing, Radio Haver, with some fine fucking scotch. Brooke Laddie, Black Art 4.1. To you, Sir Drew and Radio Haver. But there is one hope that I have, one big hope, and that is everybody continues on with what they've started here and created. Maybe even Radio Haver will blossom anew someplace else. But we've definitely created something beyond it at this point, I think, all of us. And I'm sad to see it go in its current form, but perhaps it will be reborn. And Branson, you're a cunt, and not the good kind. Skål.
You know what, guys? I'm here. Hate to tell you that, well, I'm sure y'all probably heard the news on the interwebs and stuff like that by now. But that Radio Haver thing that Drew had me on, you know, he finally gave a nobody like me, Hawk Robbins, just the opportunity to get in and out of your ear holes. And I have to appreciate that a little bit. I mean, I never ever in my life had any mile-high top aspirations. I guess if anything, when I thought about radio, it was chaos. The Haver gave us the opportunity to actually get out there and sow our bad grapes a little bit in the world. Get all these independents out there, and a simple opportunity to have their voices heard on a slightly larger platform, like I said, on them there interwebs. And as much as I hate to admit it, I do appreciate the fact that Drew took a chance on a meager feller like myself. But I will admit my own bad grapes on this one. I, after however many months it's been now, keep checking my mailbox. Go up there at least once a day. Well, okay, sometimes twice a day. Amazon's got this weird delivery shit they do, and you just can't believe the notification. But all I asked for was that $20 damn. What is the problem? I know y'all went through Brexit. Well, guess what? Fuck it, I need my money, bitch.
soul. So wave to you outside the Golden Cafe. When I'm not with you, just like a ghost with these memories, hold me close, as far as desire burn deep in your soul. And if you want me to, I'll be your lover, I'll sell my soul, for us to be together. If you want me to, I'll be your lover. Golden Cafe, and I wait for you outside the Golden Cafe, and I wait for you outside the Golden Cafe, and I wait for you outside the Golden Cafe.